What depth of water are most bass caught? What depth of water are most bass caught? Good morning, guys and girls. November 1. Look at the mountains back over there behind me. Oh, there's a deer right there. Oh, my goodness. Look at that deer. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there's another one. There's another one right there. Look at the mountain back behind me. That's what I want you to look at. Look at the reflection of that mountain. Look at the reflection of that mountain in the water. Is that gorgeous? Or is that gorgeous? And people tell me they don't believe in God. How can that be? How can you not believe in God when you see something like that? How can you not believe in God when you see something like that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How good. How good does it get? Reading from a Catch a Better Life book, reading from the book of James. The book of James. I always thought that should have been the book of Jimmy. James 1:4 says, "Let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." Wow. Well, I tell you what, 20, 10, 30, 40 years ago, I would have skipped by that and pretended I didn't read it. As water cools off more and more, jerk baits play a big part in our arsenal of baits. We also move from the floating jerk baits used in the summer to more suspended models like we used back in February. Now, jerk bait, of course, is a minnow type bait. It's not, we don't call it a jerk bait because we got a jerk on one end of the rod waiting on a jerk on the other end of the rod. It's a jerk bait because we jerk that bait. It floats, we jerk it down under the water. Now, floating jerk baits, when you jerk it down under the water, we stop it, floats back up to the top. A suspending jerk bait, you jerk it down, you jerk it down, you jerk it down, you stop it, and it just sits there. It doesn't float back to the top. It doesn't sink. It just suspends right where it is. So if you jerk it down to, say, 7 or 8 feet, you stop, it's going to stay right there. Jerk down a little deeper, it's going to stay right there. That's a suspended jerk bait. With suspended jerk baits, as we move into the water gets colder, the more patient we are, listen to this, the more strikes we'll get. Obviously, we'll catch more fish. When you stop that suspended jerk bait, and the water gets colder and colder, this gets more important. When you stop that suspended jerk bait, let it set as long as you possibly can. Let it sit there until you just can't stand it. Still there. And then let it sit there a little bit more. Let it sit there a little bit more. Should patience be working in every Christian? Well, I think it should. This verse tells us that it should. Again, a few years back, I didn't want patience. I didn't pray for patience. I didn't want it. But as we grow in Christ, we should become more patient with everyone around us. We should become more patient with ourselves. That's really the most difficult thing to do. It's easier to be patient with other people than it is patient with ourselves. I have a really difficult time still being patient with myself. And honestly, I pray for a lot of things. I pray a lot just praising God and worshiping God and thanking God for my salvation. But I pray for patience and strength more now in the last 18 months than I have probably my entire life all put together. Patience and strength. That's what I need right now. It's what a lot of us need right now, patience and strength. This patience causes us to become better Christians, more like Christ. That's what you do when you become a better Christian. You become more like Christ. You having trouble with patience? Most of us do, particularly younger guys. As we get older, patience gets easier. If you're having trouble with patience, just remember how patient God has been and still is with most of us. I'd say pretty much all of us. How patient God really is with us. Can I tell you? He's patient enough to forgive every sin we've ever committed while we grow in Christ. Let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete. Here's the benefit: lacking nothing. You will lack nothing. Here's our tip for today. Most bass are caught in 10 feet of water or less. 10 feet of water or less. 10 feet of water or shallower. From 10 feet down to the top. That's where most bass are caught. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. It's a wonderful time of the year. But look at that mountain back behind me. It's changing. I told you it's a mountain change. I'll let you take a look at it. There it is right there. There it is right there. We'll be looking at it on other videos also. It's changed quite a bit in the last day or two. Guys and girls, remember, have you a great day out there today. You control the day. The day does not control you. And I sure do.